Hello, it's Little Dave and welcome to another Fingers on Plastic. So, as promised, we're going to be looking at some Masters of the Universe. Now, I'm going to take you back slightly here and bring in the original He-Man. This is my original one from when I was a kid. Looking a bit tatty now. Squishy face, as always. And his power punch is very broken. But the reason why I'm showing you this one is because one of the reasons why I've picked up this line I have done is because, unfortunately, like a lot of the earlier Transformers, I was always a big fan of the cartoon and the toys never quite captured what you saw on screen. Now obviously he does look good for his time. I still think he stands up really, really well as an action figure. I think he actually looks brilliant still. But as far as cartoon accuracy went, not quite the same. I mean, this is one of the reasons why I have picked up over time quite a few masterpieces. This was the last one I picked up, just for the reason why they do look like, or more like what they did in the cartoon. So anyway, no Transformers on this. So, what I did do, I have been picking up over the last few months or so some of the Super 7 Masters of the Universe Retro Collection. Now, this was the first one I picked up. And the reason why I picked him up is I probably consider this to be one of my favourite action figures of all time, if not my favourite. And this one is Trapjaw. Now, as you can see, the packaging from Super 7 is absolutely brilliant. It is exactly the same as the original toy. That brilliant exploding lava rocks, or burst, whatever you want to call it. Very similar, well, it is the same font as before. Same logo. If you turn him over to the back, you do have similar layout as before on the original toys. What's in the line? Little information about Trapjaw's. Well, you can open and close his mouth like the original one. And also, it's a bit hard to see. Let me just pick up the camera slightly. Just a little cartoon there of him. Looks like he's eating Teela's sword. Right, let's have a bit of a better look at the front of him. So yeah, obviously this one does differ a lot from the original toy. It's in the same size and style of the original toys, but is designed to look more Filmation accurate. Right, I'm going to get him out the packet, so bear with me, I'll be back. So, here is Trapjaw out of his packaging. Now, obviously, very, very similar to the original toy. There is quite a few changes on there regarding design aspects. Obviously, colouring. The colouring is designed to make him look more like the original Filmation, and so is the head sculpt. Obviously, the original toy, this part, his arm here, was black. Not just this part, all of it. Also, he had a skull and crossbones, I believe, on his belt there. Also, he had hooks for his various accessories. And I believe his legs were different colours. Also, there was a little bit more detail on here, but obviously with this design to look like the Filmation cartoon, they are pretty standard. You'll see that on some of the other figures in this line. Skeletor doesn't have like the webbed hands or webbed feet. It just has standard arms. And feet. But yeah, he's very, very similar to the original toy size-wise. Even his style. Again, if you compare him with He-Man, they would go nicely together. So, let's have a look at his accessories. You have, like the original toy, is his hook, which clips in there. You also, I don't know why I said hook, it's his grabber, isn't it? This is his hook. So this is his hook, and that was his grabbing hand. And that one on there. And the one I will always display him with, which is his blaster. I think that's what I used to do with my original toy. Yeah, sadly my original toy disappeared years ago. I don't have a lot left of my original toys, hence the reason why I'm collecting stuff now. But yeah, that one's on there. Now obviously I believe they are quite similar in style or look to the original ones. Probably in the cartoon they did look slightly different, but they've gone for that look as well. Right, his jaw does open like before, but I don't know if I'm right or wrong. In the original one was spring-loaded back on the original toy. This one you can pull it up and down, but I really love this head sculpt. They've done a really good job of capturing his filmation look there. Also, he's still got the little hole in there. I never knew that as a kid, but apparently you could put string through it, and the idea was he would slide down. I don't think I ever did that. I don't know if anyone else did. But yeah, so he still has, or they've included on these figures, the old Power Punch. Quite nice, that one. It's probably because it's new and not decades old. So Articulation is the same as the original toys. Just an up and down on the arms. No in or out or anything like that. Head's just a left and right. No ball joint or anything. And his legs, obviously, he'll do the old splits like they would on the original toy. Obviously, it's a different construction now. There's none of that rubber band stuff inside. But yeah, that's it. A little look on his back. Like I said, the original one, I think it was on the back, did have hooks to put his accessories, which is really strange because they have included the hooks, but there's no hooks on there. But yeah, that's an odd design choice. I don't know why they bothered doing that. I suppose, again, they are remaking certain stuff, elements of the original toy, but making them more film, looking like the cartoon from Filmation. But yeah, I'm really, really happy with this figure. This was the first one I picked up, due to him being one of my favourite toys I ever had as a child. I don't know what it was about Trapjaw. I always thought he looked quite badass. I don't know, maybe it was a little bit punk rock, a little bit metal. But he was cool. I always enjoyed him. He was probably my favourite bad guy. Well, favourite from the whole line. So yeah, so like I say, if you put him next to He-Man, or the original He-Man, I believe they are just about the same scale, or similar to what he would have been originally. So they would look nice together if you were going to display them with any original ones. And just for a little strange comparison, this is the 2002 Trapjaw, or one of the colour variations of him, which still to this day looks absolutely mental. I mean, look at that gun. It's cool, but it's absolutely crazy. So, like I said, that was just a quick look at this. Now, I will be doing more of these. I have a few more to do, and a few more bits and bobs. Masters in the Universe from Super 7. Now, unfortunately, if you are going to collect these, I would recommend picking some up now if you can. And this one came from Forbidden Planet. I've picked up a couple from Amazon. Kapow have had them, but I don't believe they've got any more in stock now. You'd have to have a look. Unfortunately, Super 7 will no longer be doing this line. I believe they've still got the license to make Masters of the Universe stuff, but not figures. Mattel themselves are bringing back figures later on this year. I think it's the Masters of the Universe Origin line. So because of that, Super 7 are no longer allowed to make action figures based on the line. They can make, as far as I'm aware, anything else, mugs, magnets, badges, things like that, just won't be able to do figures for the time being, which is a shame because this line is really, really nice. Oh, one thing I did forget to show you what was in the packaging. Now, in the original toys, there used to be the mini comics. Now, what they've done this time, there isn't a mini comic, but there is a card, which is really, really nice. Ah, there we go. There is the original toy there, with his weapons clipped on the back, as you can see as well, if you can compare. So, obviously how he looked in the original toy line. I'm not sure if that was probably maybe his first appearance, but obviously how he ended up looking in the final Filmation cartoon look, which is really, really nice. But yeah, you can see obviously the colour differences there. So yeah, there was a lot more black on the original one, which strangely became pink in the Filmation. But to be fair, I still really like this look. Right, so that's the look at Trapjaw. Like I said, I will be doing some more of these. A few more good guys to do. Or start of a few good guys. And I've got some more bad guys to do. So I hope you've enjoyed this. And I'll see you all soon.
on plastic.